Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cookies Enabled. Today we are discussing DeepFake. What is it and how does it work? If you stick around, we'll go through all of that here today, and let's learn something new together. Okay, so what is deepfake? Deepfake is a video, photo, or audio recording that seems real but has been manipulated using artificial intelligence or AI. The underlying technology can replace faces, manipulate facial expressions, as well as synthesize faces and their speech. And these tools can be used most often to depict people doing or saying things that they don't normally do, just to kind of get a laugh out of somebody, or in an advertisement campaign. In our most recent example that I'll show you here in the corner, you see Simon Cowell is being deepfaked on live TV during America's Got Talent. These contestants brought on a special camera to record the guy on stage actually singing the song, and then their computer is taking that live image and manipulating it with all the images that they have of Simon Cowell's face and facial expressions to make it look like he is singing this song. And they all loved it so much that these guys actually got pushed through. They all got 4 yeses. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the season. But this is what really got me into this episode. I absolutely saw this last week, and I was like, wow, I've got to do a deepfake episode. We've been talking about this, Andrew and I have, for a while, and I'm finally getting around to it. So again, all they're doing in this one is taking the video of the guy on stage, manipulating it using pictures or videos of Simon Cowell, which I'm sure there's bucket loads since he's been on TV for the last 2 decades. So they can compile all of those, and the computer instantly, using artificial intelligence, can take his pictures and put them on that other guy on stage and make it look like he's the one singing, and that is awesome. Now, this has been done for decades. Again, this is not new technology. This has been something that's been going on for a long time, and it's nothing new. So yeah, this is definitely nothing to go screaming and freaking out about. It's definitely something that's fun, and in fact, you may have something in your pocket that can do something kind of similar. So stick around. So who is the founding father of DeepFake? Well, Ian Goodfellow, who actually is one of the directors of machine learning at Apple and has also worked for Google Brain in the past, is the creator and inventor of DeepFake. Now, technically, you could say that in the early 90s, when we were doing video editing and we had like Adobe and Photoshop and they were finally first coming out and you were editing videos, that was technically the first deep fake, where you're taking, people and putting them into photos that they weren't there, and that's funny, So that's technically the first deep fake, but that wasn't what Ian was working on. He was working on the deep fakes that you're used to seeing in videos, where not only is the face and the expressions been duplicated, but in most cases so has the voice as well. And so that is a huge thing, and what goes into that is what Ian created, which is actually called deep learning, and this is actually part of the machine learning group. Now, I know I haven't done a video on machine learning yet, so you're going to get a crash course right here. Now, in a deep learning situation, a computer is given a simulation and certain boundaries are applied to that simulation, and the computer is allowed to run as many variances and additions as it wants, kind of building different layers on top of that as to really learning from its own experiences, I guess you could say. And really, it's that multi-layered approach that Ian Goodfellow gets credit for. He is the one that came up with the idea to not have a linear progression of data, but multiple layers of data, all kind of analyzing different scenarios and being applied to the same outputted picture. And so that's kind of what he's doing here. He's using giant servers that have stored, in this case, Simon Cowell's pictures and videos of him, sitting on all those talk shows over the years, And then they took the man on stage and they cropped his face out, and they told the computer replace that dude on stage with Simon Cowell's face, and voila, you have the outputted picture of the man on stage but with Simon Cowell's face, and it's almost indistinguishable. There's only a few moments there you can actually really tell that this is a computer overlaying an image on top of another person. And so it does have its drawbacks, but for live TV and for them literally wheeling the equipment out, I'm sure they had tested it a little bit prior to this, but that was really impressive, and it really blew my mind. I didn't know the technology had gotten that far where it's almost mobile. And again, you may have something in your pocket that does something a little similar to this, and I'll explain here in just a minute. Okay, now most of us have smartphones in our pockets, and if you pull yours out and download Snapchat, this will instantly give you about a dozen different filters that can do everything from make you old, add glasses, change you from male to female, or vice versa. I mean, they can do all kinds of things, make you look like Voldemort. It's actually kind of fun. You can take pictures, make videos, sometimes they even change your voice. And this is the closest thing that most of us are going to get to deep fake pretty much in our pocket. Now, it's definitely going to get better over the years as cloud computing gets stronger and more present, and our devices get more and more attached to the cloud. That artificial intelligence that just propels deepfake is just going to get stronger and better at just making it look way more realistic. And computer graphics are already getting to the point where it's almost hard to tell the difference between a computer generated city and a picture of an actual city. So it won't be too long before they start combining pictures from real life and then those actual elements of digital constructions to make whole cities and buildings, and those two images will be put together, and voila, you won't be able to tell the difference between the real world and a computer generation. So it is definitely something to keep an eye on. Now, most of the time that you're going to see a deepfake is going to be a company using it for an advertisement or just to get your attention so you pay attention to the products that they're trying to sell or they've been selling for decades. In some cases, it's cars or art or music or whatever it could be. Companies use this all the time. Facebook is probably one of the biggest ones, with Zuckerberg jumping onto Twitter, doing a deep fake right then and there. And that was actually part of his own technology and part of the meta technology that they're building as well. But they're not the only ones. Again, Snapchat's been doing filters and face changes and voice filters and stuff for decades, or at least since they've come out anyway. And it definitely has been super successful for them. And other companies like Facebook and Instagram and them are all jumping on that bandwagon, trying to do the same thing. And TikTok has probably been one of the most successful, but they didn't even add the face manipulator stuff. It's more like just fancy things in the background and whatnot. So some of the best examples that I have for you guys, though, that you might remember are Tom Cruise being deep faked for some filming, as well as President Barack Obama and President Donald Trump are some of the most deep faked presidents of all. Then you have, obviously, who I already mentioned, Mark Zuckerberg, Tom Cruise, as well as my favorite, Mr. Bean was even deep faked in one of these commercials, which was so funny, and I absolutely loved it. I'm so glad they did that, and it looks fantastic. And of course, Simon Cowell, who I just mentioned earlier in the episode. So it won't be long, I feel, before we all start becoming part of this new universe of being able to change or disguise ourselves in the metaverse, and it's definitely nothing to freak out about. So that's the other thing, is that some people think there should be laws to protect not only just companies but humans and peoples and history, from being rewritten by computers and artificial intelligence, and maybe writing the history in the wrong way using people in ways that they shouldn't be. And I think that might be overstepping boundaries just a bit. Again, we haven't seen it been really abused on a large scale at all. So I doubt it's going to be an issue that everybody's going to need to, start panicking about and going to the ballot box to vote on. But, definitely something to think about. But don't panic, everybody. Companies like Microsoft and Apple, again, have people on their team working very hard to not only make software that can determine that it's a deep fake, but immediately to tell you exactly what is wrong. Is it the face of the person that has changed? Is it their voice that has changed? Everything about it, maybe the background has changed. This computer program can tell you all that you want to know and actually alert authorities to what might actually be fake and what is real, just in case. So don't go freaking out. Computer software is good at detecting where AI has been used, and this is going to be something that's going to be around probably for the rest of the life of technology for the most part, and the internet. It's definitely something we're going to want to get used to, because they will start using it more in movies as well, like they did with Avatar. They're going to apply it pretty much to all movies from now on, so definitely something to keep in mind. But hopefully you all learned something new today. I know I did. Check out our previous videos as well. We've got tons of interesting ones out there. We've got ones about submarines and about art prize and all kinds of things like fish ladders and stuff, so check it all out. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you all next time. Have a great day. Okay, this is just a test to see how I sound and what I look like, and if it comes out all choppy or what the hell. So here we go. I don't know why I didn't like that. We'll try that again here. A little fast, but I liked it. Let's try that one. It can synthesize faces and sorry, I'm struggling with that. Ian Goodfellow. Okay, let me try that again. So the award for that goes to Ian Goldfeld. So most of us have okay, let me try that again.